They later on that night told me that he had been shot. Where did this happen? Because he usually gets in the car and just drives home. I had talked to him.
Jared was not a victim of any robbery gone wrong or carjacking. Police say he was the victim of a targeted attack on a one-way road he traveled often. Jared came across a tire police say was intentionally placed right here in the middle of the road in the sanctuary neighborhood of Jacksonville Beach, Florida. That's when someone came out of these woods and ambushed the father of four, killing him on the spot.
Jared Bridegan, the victim of what looks like a hit. There was someone set up a hit. That's what it looks like, and that's what prosecutors believe happened. Jared Bridegan, this is like a family guy, does everything for his family, for his children from his first marriage and the children in his second marriage. That's what he was all about. Everything that we've heard about Jared Bridegan, just a good guy, hardworking, but knew how to take care of and hug his kids. Shot yards away from his 2-year-old after dropping off his twins at his ex-wife's house. Now, let me show you someone else. The hitman, Henry Tenon is his name, 61 years old, felon, long criminal history, pleaded guilty to the killing and claims that he was a hitman. Hired by whom? This man, Mario Fernandez-Saldana, 35 years old. Who is he? He's the new husband of Jared's ex-wife. There she is, Shanna Gardner, 34 years old. She's also been charged in all of this. So investigators have charged Shanna and Mario, and Henry has already pleaded guilty and obviously will be the important witness against both of them. Shanna, an extradition order was signed 2 days ago to send her back to Florida. So there she is in court today, appearing over Zoom, and actually looked like she's doing okay in prison, or in jail, as well as you can do, right? I mean, she looked like she was not like weathered and beaten down. So it was interesting to see that today. Also, what we got to see today, which has just been released, is the arrest video of her new husband. And what's interesting about this, and what caught my attention, was the demeanor of the accused killer as he's being arrested for murder. Let's watch.
The keys are yours?
Yeah, the keys are mine, correct. What does that mean?
He's a low rent.
Yes. One second.
Go to where it says making a difference back there. Okay. So you're going in the back of my car. I'm going to search you real quick.
Sure.
Just wondering what your stance for.
Sir, one more question. Can I get in contact with my brother about my dogs?
Where are your dogs?
I have 3 dogs. They're at a townhouse, but I just need my brother to be able to take care of them.
Okay, we'll take care of that. You're not going to jail. We'll put you on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, can you trade out customers? You want to trade them out now? Yeah.
Sure.
You can go back to how you were. Yeah, they're not designed for comfort.
Yeah. Look at you get like a guy that's like 6'5", man.
It's even more uncomfortable.
All right, so we've got on the docket the murder of Jared Bridegan. Mario Fernandez-Saldana's got a pretrial hearing on October 12th, and Shanna Gardner has an extradition hearing. They got to bring her back from Washington State. That's on October 19th. But how about that demeanor? Wow. Like, those could be the last few moments that he is ever standing outside of a prison wall or a jail wall, other than going to court. Like, that's the last time you're outside and you're not behind bars. Unreal. Let's bring back in our think tank, Lori Murray, Kirk Nurmi, Brian Silber. Brian, are you as surprised as I am in the demeanor of a man who's just been arrested for murder, could spend the rest of his life behind bars, never be free again after, like, that moment we just saw?
Not really. You know, different people react differently, and, you know, I'm only speculating, but my instincts told me he almost looked like he was expecting it. You know, some people break down, they freak out, they try to run. Others are very, like, in shock. I don't think we can read that much into it. But yeah, you make a valid point. These are his last likely moments of freedom, and it's interesting to see how he behaves.
Unreal. All right, Lori Murray, let me ask you, is there any way that Shanna, with all of her millions and millions of dollars that her family has, could she litigate her way out of these murder charges and somehow separate herself from the alleged hitman and the man who hired the hitman?
He loved her so much that he could not stand to see her in pain over having to give her children back to that ex-husband for the weekend. So absolutely, he did this on his own. But that is not the demeanor of an innocent man. That is the demeanor of a guilty man. That man is more worried about his dogs than he was the victim in the case. So, but I do think, yes, if she's got the lawyers to do it, you know, OJ got off.
What's going to be more powerful and persuasive in this trial, Kirk Nurmi, for Shanna? Her ability to fund any type of investigation, any type of expert, you know, mock trials, whatever they need to do, they have the ability to do it, and I think they will. Or the hitman coming into court, this career felon, and testifying about what happened here.
Both, Vinny, because they're going to have the funds to take it to this case to trial in a mock jury, take a look at what sells with jurors, what resonates with jurors, and they're going to have plenty of time to prepare and really focus in on what Mr. Tennant has to say and his background. So she's going to have every means at her disposal in order to take a look at the entire case and look what would be most favorable to herself. And yes, as was said earlier, separate herself. It depends on what that digital footprint is going to look like, how successful she's going to be at that. But if there's any way for her to do that, I predict she will work hard to throw her co-defendants under the bus and walk out the courthouse door.